Hey everybody, it's your boy, the Godly Rock, Rocky number 7. Thought I would make episode 9 a little bit more interesting with a lot more topics, but I have to apologize to everyone here who hasn't seen me in the last months and some change. A lot of stuff's been happening, a lot of unexpected changes have been going on. Hell, Rocky Mania got canceled because my mom came to town and no one said anything to me as my 30th birthday surprise, but my mom is also not in the best condition, and it's starting to really upset me a little bit, and it's been kind of weighing on my shoulders about how my future will look. And our loved ones are the people that we love the most. My mom and dad are still alive at 53 and almost 51 years old. Well, about to be 54 and 52. And I'm grateful to have them around, and my grandparents are still alive, and I just turned 30. I'm grateful for everything that I have, and I'm grateful for everything that I've worked for. And I'm grateful to have, whether it be Twitch, YouTube, whatever. I'm thankful for all that because I worked to make it, and I'm glad to have met or worked with people who got me to where I am today, and for that I am grateful. But I apologize to you guys because as a content creator, I feel like I failed you guys. I didn't really update anyone on what's going on. COVID kind of wreaked havoc. I lost a lot of what I felt like was, burnout. I felt burnt out, not just from COVID, but from the fact that I didn't feel the energy. And being back at work for about 3 or 4 weeks at a time now, it's just a lot of stuff piling up and piling up and piling up. So, as you guys, the audience, I sincerely apologize. But there's one thing I gotta say. Let me talk to y'all for a second. So, y'all know about Sucker Punch. How we all thought for their 25th anniversary they would drop something for Sly Cooper. Or for, something interesting. Like maybe Infamous. Like a follow-up to Infamous Second Son or whatever. Well, we don't know what's going on, but we may know that there is a new IP or intellectual property in the works. Was I upset with it? Not really. I mean, we're long overdue for a new Sly Cooper game. Sucker Punch, Sanzaru Games, who did Sly 4, they didn't come out with anything. We're probably expecting a Ghost of Tsushima 2 in the works from Sucker Punch probably, but nothing really surprises me anymore. I mean, they're waiting to put the best stuff out when it's available, and with all the packed games going on PlayStation within the next 6 months to a year, and with Stray just being released, could you really blame game studios that work directly with Sony to put out the best content when it's ready? We'll see a Sly Cooper pretty soon, and I'm going to be patient about it. And you should probably too. Which leads me to another topic. Speaking of PlayStation, new God of War coming out later this year. A lot of people want another God of War game, and I kind of feel like perfect timing for all of the bugs and everything to be worked out, but I feel like a lot of people are still a little unappreciative of waiting until a game's ready. Y'all seen how Battlefield 2042 ended up. We all seen how Homefront and a lot of other games came out years ago when you rush it. Sony's the kind of team that says, hey, we really need to work on these games and make it so we don't fuck it up for everybody else. Microsoft is the same way when it comes to game studios like Bungie at one point, or the studio 343 Industries behind Halo. They know when to make a masterpiece and when to put it out when it's ready, but they're not going to rush it, which is great because Microsoft and Sony, when it comes to their console games that they're working directly behind, they know what they're doing. And I kind of appreciate that, and that's the same thing with Nintendo. Nintendo knows what's good, which not a lot of people seem to appreciate that when you also consider the fact that EA puts out games every year when they shouldn't be doing that, and that's, that's EA for you in a nutshell. But at least those first-party, publishers that are backing the games directly, they know when to put something out when it's ready, and I can totally say that I'm on board for the new God of War game coming out pretty soon. Which, speaking of EA, so y'all know about Activision being bought out by Microsoft, and that's still somewhere between probably going to be done and we don't know when that's actually going to be finished. It may take forever. But if Activision gets bought out, does that mean the same exact thing for EA, Electronic Arts? Well, if I were to break it down for you, I would say the chances are 50-50 at this point, because there's three factors you got to consider. One, the deal with FIFA by EA Sports is no longer a thing. As in, this year, it's going to be, FIFA is not backing the EA Sports soccer game, or whatever they're going to call it at this point. But y'all's got to consider that after the last two Madden games have fucked up, and holy hell, I am actually ashamed to have played Madden before they fucked it up. I'm glad I actually haven't bought the last 2 years. But I also cannot say the same about how EA has been kind of ruining their games. Like, Battlefield 2042 was not ready. And I pray to God that they don't screw it up. For games like, Madden, they can't screw that up. After 2 straight failing years of having negative scores, they cannot screw up a game like that. Especially with Skate still in development and probably a year out from being released. And if that's the case, I'm hoping to God that they create either something like a Need for Speed game, or a Battlefield game that everyone's been waiting for a sequel to, or a next installment, Battlefield Bad Company. I'm still waiting for Bad Company 3, which, having all those maps for freaking Battlefield multiplayer or eliminating the single player campaign pissed a lot of people off, and personally, I would not want to be Electronic Arts if they fucked that up, because that means they're on the chopping block, but that means a company like Sony or Microsoft may make a power play. But that's all I can really say. But since I also dropped the mention of Activision, there's also another issue that I gotta take up with them that isn't breaking laws, sexual harassment, but it involves one of my former favorite games, game series, and that's Call of Duty. Don't y'all feel like Call of Duty Warzone should have been a free-to-play that you could just download by itself? I kind of feel like it's a waste of buying $60 for a game that you can just pay the skins and stuff for and be free to play if you already have a Call of Duty, account. Or if you link it through your Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, whatever, or Steam. It doesn't really matter. I just feel like the free to play thing should be a thing. Stop downloading the fucking new games and just put Warzone as downloadable on its own. Kind of saves everyone the trip, but you're still going to have people pouring lots and lots of money into making the game worthwhile. I mean, you can still pay $60 to get games like World War II, Cold War Black Ops, or the next installment of Modern Warfare, but I just kind of feel like Warzone by itself would do just as well, and especially since you put Warzone and pair it with the games, it kind of kills the mood for me. Like, everyone jumps on Warzone, but no one wants to play the actual multiplayer modes anymore, and that's kind of depressing, discouraging, and really upsetting to me. So, with that being said, kind of feel like Call of Duty needs to really just separate Warzone from its actual fan base that played the original games, like myself. But hopefully they can get that fixed up very soon, because I personally would appreciate it if Activision, before Microsoft owns their asses, were to decide to make Call of Duty Warzone free to play, but at the same time, invest more into their actual games and keep putting people in Warzone and just let that play itself out. As a streamer, this makes me a little bit uncomfortable to say, but as someone who's been streaming for over 5 years, I feel like Twitch, for the last number of years, have been populated with a lot of people where it took away from streaming. It took away from streamers that have been established for a long time, and with everyone jumping ship when Mixer shut down, and especially since we don't know where Facebook Gaming is in all of this, because Facebook Gaming doesn't look like it's picked up any fans. They're not going to do anything to sign people. YouTube's picking up literally everyone and their mother, especially the big talents like Tim the Tatman. Who's next? Ninja? I mean, let's be honest. Twitch is hitting its peak and maybe going downhill. But the biggest problem is that there's too many streamers, not enough viewers. And I kind of feel like everyone who's been streaming since the pandemic, if you guys have not reached as many followers as I have, if you're not actually an affiliate or actually aiming to be an affiliate or a partner, and this is just my personal opinion, and I kind of feel like this is a thing that needs to be touched up on. You should not be on Twitch anymore as a streamer, and you should step back and let people who actually want to stream. I mean, what else is there to say? It's kind of upsetting to me that I have to fight 5 times harder to get viewers when one person could just hook themselves up not even 5 minutes after setting up their Twitch account and start streaming, and then they get affiliate after like a week, where it took me about 4 years. But it's also because there's been times where I'm not streaming, but that's besides the point. But a lot of people who jump ship from Mixer back to Twitch are also kind of partially responsible. But if you're not going for affiliate or a partner, then you should be supporting the other streamers that have been there, that paved the way for people like you. So that's where I stand on all that. But I'm also surprised that with the way Twitch has handled their problems as of late, which I'm actually greatly appreciative of, I'm just surprised that with everyone jumping ship to YouTube, no one jumped ship to Facebook, because no one hears about Facebook gaming anymore, it seems like, and it's super weird. Like, is Facebook gaming still a thing? Why am I still promoting it? So, case in point, if you're not streaming on Twitch to reach affiliate or partner, if you're not using it as your hustle, support someone who is. And that's just me. I'm Rocky number 7. One love. Deuces.